On the day of our marriage registration, the groom ran away, forced by circumstances. I called my longtime rival Ethan to rush into a shotgun wedding. "Get over here and sign already," I said, glancing sideways at Ethan. For the first 23 years of my life, I never treated him like a human being. But after marriage, he returned the favor by torturing me relentlessly. "Can you give me a break for a couple of days?" I pleaded, overwhelmed. "Lily, are you saving your energy for that damned first love of yours? I won't allow it." Ethan wailed like a mad dog in my ear. No one understood him better than I did. For instance, right now, I knew he was here to gloat over my misery. The day our high and mighty Lily gets dumped is cause for celebration, justice at last. He crowed, as I expected. Ethan's flashy bright yellow Ferrari roared to a stop in front of me. The window rolled down, revealing his flamboyant face, especially those peach blossom eyes designed to wreak havoc. I ignored him, giving him a dismissive look. "Get in here and handle the paperwork already." A surge of rage shot through me, burning away my rationality. The weather was turning cold, and it was time for the Lee family to fall. Early that morning, I stood punctually outside the Civil Affairs Bureau, waiting for my tardy fiancé, Jack. Today was supposed to be our registration day. Buzz. Buzz. Jack's phone vibrated on the table for the third time, like a dying bee, grating on my nerves. "Aren't you going to answer it?" I asked, holding my breath. The clean white shirt, which should have been my favorite sight, now made my stomach churn. I forced a smile, swallowing my disgust as I watched him. Jack hesitated, unable to put pen to paper. "Hold on," he said, grabbing his phone. The cold screen light illuminated his suddenly tense jawline. He shot me a quick glance, his eyes unmistakably filled with panic. "Yvonne, what's wrong?" he whispered, turning away. But his urgent concern was impossible to hide. Despite the noisy hall, I heard everything. "Don't cry. Don't be afraid, I'm coming right now." After hanging up, he didn't even have the courage to face me. "Lily, a friend of mine had a depressive episode and went to the hospital. It's serious. I'll explain later." Depression. Of all days. It had to be today. I scoffed. "Jack, if you walk out that door, this engagement is over." In my eyes, I didn't hold back, feeling no shred of regret. That bastard was playing both sides. He was the one who begged for this marriage, but sadly, had already planted a time bomb. "Lily, don't be unreasonable. We're getting married in a month. Wait for me. I'll be back soon," Jack said, pausing mid-stride as he dashed into the sunlight. His laughter oddly relaxed, as if my outburst amused him. Jack ran off, and I sat there, feeling like I'd swallowed a fly. The staff member approached cautiously. "Miss Green, what should we do?" "It's fine, handle other people first. I'll come back later," I replied. She looked at me with pity, as if I were some abandoned woman. I gave her a reassuring glance, which only made her more sympathetic. I truly intended to return soon. After all, the one who could be put to work like a mule was waiting outside. As for the one who ran away, he wasn't the one I was going to get the marriage certificate with anyway. Ethan leaned against the car, really eye-catching. The sun was up, and it happened to be rush hour. Those who knew quality stopped to take a look at him. I felt really embarrassed. "Ethan, I'll give you 3 seconds. If it weren't for the fact that after thinking it over 1,000 times in my head, he was the only one I could marry, I wouldn't have bothered provoking him." "Lily, there's an attitude for begging." Ethan didn't move, smiling even brighter. I didn't indulge him. Raised my hand pretending to dial a number. "Hello. I have a Lily. Are you burning bridges before even crossing the river?" He swatted my phone away with the spirit of a 3-step hurdle, pressed to light it up, looked, and rolled his eyes. "Having fun?" I giggled, snatched back my phone. Fun. Time was tight. I dragged him into the hall. Coincidentally, we got the same clerk's number again. The 20-something girl clearly had no experience dealing with fresh gossip. Ms. Green. It's me. We got your number again. Now we can get it done. I handed over all the documents. Photos and such were already prepared. The process went quickly. 2 fresh marriage certificates were issued. See, congratulations to the newlyweds. The clerk's hands were trembling a bit. Thank you. Here are wedding candies. Go share them. Ethan went along smoothly. But then it was my turn for a shock. Where did you get the wedding candies? Who's as careless as you? I did my homework early to make it look more authentic. I looked around. Could there be spies sent by grandfather? That makes sense. You're thoughtful. I agree to the banquet matter. You really know how to do tit for tat. Lily. Ethan lowered his eyelids. Inscrutable. I couldn't see clearly. That's right. I never owe favors. I helped hand out the wedding candies. Even randomly gave some to passers-by. Trying to bribe grandfather's informants. All right. Let's go. Grandfather is waiting at the hospital. Ethan casually pulled me into his arms. TSK. Why are you getting handsy? I pushed him away. If we don't practice now, we'll be exposed in front of grandfather later. And you'll regret it. Oh right. You make sense. That brat Jack. Daring to treat you like that. I glossed over and mentioned some of Jack's recent antics. Ethan got the acting bug. Grandfather. If you want to blame anyone, blame me. Don't blame Lily. I've liked her since childhood. Actually, I'm grateful to Jack. If he hadn't overlooked Lily's beauty, maybe it wouldn't have been my turn. I'm thankful that Lily is willing to give me this chance. And please, grandfather, give me this opportunity. Wow. That speech moved grandfather to tears. That acting is impressive. Don't be a CEO anymore. I'll fund you to start a movie. Thanks. I prefer being the investor. Perhaps seeing us whispering intimately. Grandfather shed tears of sorrow. It's me. I forced it. Made my Lily suffer. Enough. You young people handle your own affairs. I'm old and can't manage anymore. Suppressing a laugh inside, I put on a slightly aggrieved expression. Grandfather. It's not hard. It's just that Jack didn't like me. I don't blame him. And now I'm very happy. Grandfather was awake for only a short time and soon fell back asleep. What do you mean? Also very happy. Can you be happy with him? After closing the door, Ethan inexplicably said, No wonder you don't get along with Grandpa. If you don't know how to coax the elderly, you'll just get scolded. That won't happen. The old man knew I married you and threw a 3-day banquet. My daily life with him has always been like this. But today, to avoid mistakes in front of grandfather, we got closer. And I didn't taste anything unusual either. Hey. When will you give me a proper status? I didn't realize the cost of being too intimate was that I was now being threatened by him grabbing my collar. Hey. We agreed on a sham marriage. And now you're going back on your word. Is that it? I slapped his hand away. Ethan was fair-skinned. And the back of his hand turned visibly red. Going back on your word. Lily. How did you promise me back then? Fine. Do as you please. Anyway, we can't get divorced right away. I turned and got in the car. After all, I had already skipped work for half the day. Skipping a whole day wouldn't matter. Knock knock. I rolled down the window. Remember to take wedding photos tomorrow. I'll pick you up in the morning. Indeed. We still have to hold the wedding. And this time it's with the same person. Okay. Have you decided where to live? Back to the old mansion or Cloud Court? I don't want to go to either. With my rebellious nature, I left a trail of exhaust for Ethan. Back at Moon Bay, I carefully reviewed the documents Lucy gave me. 3 months ago, I discovered Jack was keeping a lover. That lover was clinging to the Green family. The Lee family was small and humble, but living in the same compound. The difference wasn't obvious. The old man of the Lee family took a bullet for grandfather on the battlefield. And our family has always remembered this kindness. We've been helping them since the old man's generation. By my time, the number of projects we've handed over is countless. But Jack's father was useless. Usually, the two families interacted a lot. And Jack was somewhat clever. I cared about face. And Jack superficially indulged me. So I thought this marriage wouldn't be bad. Anyway, once we manage the assets before marriage, he won't be able to cause any trouble. I didn't expect he would still harbor inappropriate thoughts, wanting to ascend to the position of the Green family and exploit it. It's a pipe dream. But that girl is still in the Green family. So Lucy, fire that girl. However she got in. Fire her the same way. There will always be people who think they're important and take themselves seriously. Confidence is good. But overconfidence only invites disaster. Lily, you've gone too far. I only heard the door slam. Mistake. Forgot to change the password. Letting a dog in. What did I do that's so excessive? I swirled my wine glass. Oh, could it be that I kicked your little lover out of the company? You. What are you talking nonsense about? His lack of confidence was truly laughable. Yvonne, 22 years old. Majored in secretarial studies at Trade University. Employee in the planning department. Skipped the internship and was directly hired full-time. Jack, you have some nerve. Planting someone right under my nose. The blue folder slapped on the glass table with a crisp sound. Lily. You've misunderstood. His attitude suddenly softened as he leaned in towards me. I dodged away. Sulking. Lily. She's a scholarship student supported by the Morning Sun Fund. With excellent grades. Doesn't the company offer opportunities to some of these students every year? He pressed closer. I realized he probably thought I was being jealous. Jack. Remember what I said this morning. I pushed him away. Lily. Stop being difficult. Okay. We're going to get our marriage license first thing tomorrow morning. Then we'll go try on the wedding dress. Mom said it's already arrived. She went all the way to Paris to discuss it with the designer. So you can't disappoint her. I caught a flicker of panic in his eyes. Jack. You know I always follow through. I could accept a loveless marriage. It was just a matter of mutual benefit. But I couldn't stand having someone who might betray me at any moment by my side. Lily. You're drunk. He blurted out. A desperate excuse. I scoffed. How good is my alcohol tolerance? Don't you know? Just the other day. He tried to take advantage when I was drunk. Lily. This was set by Grandpa. You can't back out now. Jack flipped over and pinned me down. But I slapped him away. My Muay Thai training wasn't for nothing. Grandpa already knows about the breakup. If you dare bother him, you'll face the consequences. Lily. You can't do this to me. Jack's eyes turned cold. How you treat me is how I'll treat you. If you mess with me again, I'll beat you up every time. I spoke pointedly. Whether he caught on depended on him. Jack seemed to deflate, grabbed his jacket, and stormed out. Lily. Open the door. Ethan. Why are you here? Didn't we agree you'd pick me up tomorrow morning? Weren't you thinking it over? I choked back, annoyed, and tried to shut the door. Let me in first. I hesitated, eyeing him suspiciously. I have a reasonable suspicion that you're plotting something unknown against me. Knowing this guy, he was probably scheming ways to mess with me behind my back. Yeah. I widened my eyes. So open about it today. Of course. I'm planning to move in. I'd rather you sneakily cause trouble. Are you bored? It's almost an hour to the high-tech district from Herdont. You get tired commuting to work every day. Ethan grinned. Eyes like a fox's. Don't worry about it. The boss has privileges. Pay attention. You're the boss, son. Thanks. The second-generation rich kid has privileges too. I didn't stop him in time. And the guy slipped inside. Go to the guest room yourself. Got it. Ethan's muttering voice came from within. During these days after the wedding, I've been feeling like Ethan is acting off. His behavior is normal as usual, goes to work, discusses projects, but I can't shake the sense that he's being clingy, using the project as an excuse. I lingered at the Green family all afternoon, even taking wedding photos. I had to touch this and that. Ethan, are you trying to take advantage of me? I whispered in Ethan's ear. Yes. Yes. The groom can tighten his arm. You two can get closer. The photographer shouted loudly, his voice carrying over 10 meters away. Hear that? I'm just a puppet. I pouted, feeling something was off. Hurry up and finish. Then we can pack up and go eat. His trailing voice hooked in my ear. Hot breath spraying. Think about what to eat tonight. My lips murmured. David asked me to visit Grandpa. That's perfect. I'll go with you to reassure the old man's heart. I felt uneasy inside, thinking this meal wasn't simple. Or maybe next time. Ethan suddenly tightened his grip on my waist. Lily. Burning bridges. Again. No such thing. Fine. Then I'll pick you up tonight. A hint of a smile appeared in Ethan's brows. Well, reluctantly let you pick me up. I scoffed. Reluctantly. More than happy. Okay. Lily. He smiled radiantly, his features softening. Looking like that. He really was a handsome man. No wonder people say when Ethan's almond-shaped eyes soften, they look deep even at a dog. Yes. Yes. This feeling. The bride and groom gazing at each other. Ah yes. Too perfect a match. Maybe it was too sunny. My ears felt hot. Lily. Jason is waiting for you in the reception room. Let him wait. Jason. My aunt's son. The old man has 2 daughters. With a large family business. Even for arranged marriages, outsiders aren't involved. My mother took over the business, while my aunt pursued her dream, chasing it into the entertainment industry, falling in love on set. She married a male star, poured resources, promoted business, and managed to become a movie emperor. But she herself went from a vase to an old vase. 8 years ago. My parents died in a plane crash while on business in the US. At that time, Jason and I were young. My aunt couldn't handle things. So the old man came out of retirement himself, holding on until I took over a year ago. As for why it wasn't given to Jason, bang. The office door was slammed open. Lily. Sorry. I'll call security immediately. Lucy apologized with her head bowed. No need. Go down. I'll call you if I need anything. Lily. Give me 5 million. Because someone living in a drunken stupor in casinos doesn't deserve to speak. Last month's dividends and salary weren't small. Right. Head of planning department. Stock dividends. At least $1 million a month. That little salary. You treating me like a beggar. Jason. When I treat beggars, I usually just call security. You dare. See if I dare. I glared coldly, confronting him. Lily. This position was supposed to be mine. Jason looked determined not to leave without the money. I just thought I heard a joke. Yours. When you were acting as the president. Nearly 30% of the group's project funds almost got cut off. And the board forced you out like a stray dog. It was you. Jason. Guess why only I call you Lily. Lily. Well done. No wonder Jack doesn't like you. A woman like you can't please anyone and is bound to fail sooner or later. Jason slammed the desk loudly. Men always see their love as supremely precious. As if liking you is a favor. And if they don't, you have to flatter them. Neglecting them becomes your fault. And gaining the wealth they covet means you're taking advantage. Well, I thank him for that. His fury is just because he didn't get to take advantage of me. Jason. You won't get a single cent today. Either get out now, or you're removed from your position at the Green family. I meant to spare some face, but it came down to a final reckoning. Lily, don't forget I hold shares. That's all you have, shares. And if grandfather hadn't secured your current position for you, you'd have been kicked out long ago. Oh. Wait. I walked around from my spot to face him. Even the shares aren't yours. They're Aunt's. I mocked. Lily. Jason was never any good. So it was no surprise he resorted to violence. I kicked him in the abdomen. The reflexes of a chronic alcoholic couldn't match mine. Lucy. Call security to carry him out. I pressed the intercom for the chief assistant. Watching Jason's retreating figure, my nostalgia for the past faded. Grandfather adored his 2 daughters. So naturally he cherished us too, even when Aunt rebelled to forge her own path. Grandfather didn't abandon her. Instead, he invested plenty of resources. Jason and I were raised together as kids, with a group of friends in the old mansion compound. And we got along well. Spring firecrackers, summer plum soup. Grandmother wouldn't let me indulge in cold drinks, only giving me a small bowl. And Jason always sneaked me half of his. Sadly, yesterday's things can't be reclaimed. Lily, where are you? Damn it. I couldn't help but swear. I forgot because I was busy. Ethan, listen to me. I forgot because I was busy. Humph. Make your excuses to my face. Ethan huffed angrily. I quickly packed my files and rushed out the door, only to bump headfirst into a soft, squishy wall of flesh. Oh, it's Ethan. Ouch. Lily, you reckless fool. Charging around like that. Ethan covered his chest. I didn't expect you to be here. I was hurrying to pick you up. Mr. Big Shot. I groaned in pain. Whoa. It hurts that much. Here. I'll rub it for you. He started massaging it. Get off. I slapped his hand away. Let's go first. How did you get up here? Lucy gave me an access card. Ethan's expression changed instantly. When did they change the password at home? Huh. I opened the car door, not hearing clearly. It's nothing. He turned his head to look out the window, and I was a bit puzzled. Grandpa didn't like hospitals, so he was transferred home the next day. Miss, the Lee family is inside chatting with the master. As soon as I parked the car, David's message came through. They came so eagerly right after being discharged. What a calculated move. We gave them face. And they still dare to come. Ethan noticed. What? Not going in. Are you going in? Images of the Lee couple's faces flashed in my mind. One playing the good cop, the other the bad cop. They brainwashed me a lot when I was young. Lily. He narrowed his eyes. You don't want me to go in, do you? I was unnerved by his stare. How did this kid become even more intimidating as he grew up? How could that be? I'm begging you to go in. Okay. Opening the door. It was bustling inside. Grandpa was surrounded in the seat of honor, with a hint of nostalgia on his face. If there's affection, frequently bringing up the past can be a sharp tool to achieve goals, especially for Grandpa, who had been on the battlefield and had life-saving bonds. I tugged at Ethan's sleeve. Speak less later. I'm afraid you might get hurt by mistake. Okay. Following our Lily's command, Ethan leaned close to my ear, his hot breath hitting it, and I couldn't help but shiver. Grandpa. I'm back. Outside. I'm all business. But at home, I have to put on an act too. Lily. Come. Sit next to me. Yvonne beamed and rushed over, trying to pull me into her arms. I went along with the hug and small talk, even though we'd just seen each other a week ago. Aunt Yvonne. I've missed you so much these past few days. Sweetie. Sweetie. Yvonne seemed to snap out of it. Why are you calling me aunt again? Aren't we married now? You silly child. She smiled and tapped my nose. I stepped back half a step and glanced at Grandpa, whose face had darkened. Is this appropriate? Where's Jack? I smiled and slipped unobtrusively to Grandpa's side. Jack is such a playful kid. I texted him should be here soon. Yvonne steered the conversation back. Lily should come try on the wedding dress. I brought it back with great effort from Paris. I almost covered my mouth to laugh. Supposedly going to look at dresses for me. But really. She was there for the fashion show and shopping spree and used my credit card. Really. Thank you for your hard work, Aunt Yvonne. I prepared a gift too. I'll deliver it to the company tomorrow. You're too extravagant. Lily. Yvonne superficially refused. But her eyes lit up at me. Well. Let's see if you can handle it. After chatting with Yvonne for a bit. Mr. Lee noticed Ethan leaning by the door. Isn't that Ethan? Here to see Grandpa today too. Ethan smoothly greeted. Hello, Uncle Lee. I saw him pull out a bunch of stuff from behindi's the Sky Doryman. How does he magically produce things out of nowhere? These are supplements for Grandpa. David took them over. He quickly walked over to me. Grandpa started grumbling like an old man. Bringing these again. You should buy gifts to cheer up our Lily instead of buttering me up. Old man. How could I? Grandpa. It's my first formal visit. He pulled a wooden box from the gift bag. A few days ago. Revisiting my alma mater. I spotted this pendant in the school museum, thought you might be interested. Grandpa. Grandpa glared at him but took it. I tugged at Ethan's sleeve. How did you pull that out? There are ways. Ethan always likes to speak right into my ear. Yvonne Taylor sensed something was off. Our Lily Green and Ethan Brown are still so close. We three families should visit more often. Ethan glanced at her. Thank you for the invitation. Yvonne. Good. Good. Good child. This is a photo of me and your grandmother at Waiming Lake. And it's still here. It piqued my curiosity. And I leaned in to look. Zhongshan suit. Plain patterned cheongsam. Extremely well matched. You two go back first. We won't keep you for dinner. Tonight. Our family will have a meal together. Grandfather waved his hand. Dismissing the guests. Even old. His dignity remained. Long in high position. He spoke bluntly. Old sir. What you're saying? We are family. Yvonne couldn't move. Flatteringly grabbing grandfather's hand. Aunt. Be careful. Ethan promptly blocked in front of grandfather. Humph. Family. Whose family with you? Yvonne was bewildered by grandfather's sudden change. Oh sir. Look at you. Confused from illness. Lily and Jack have already registered their marriage. How can we not be family? Registered marriage. Grandfather scolded. That boy of yours. On the wedding day. Abandoned my dear granddaughter to go find some disreputable people outside. And still wants to marry our Lily. Dream on. Grandfather hadn't recovered yet. I stepped up to stop Yvonne. Aunt. Please sit down first. Mr. Jiang was behind. Face gloomy. Daring to be angry but not speak. Behind every woman who goes mad. There's always a taciturn man. Lily. How is it possible? Jack said he has already registered with you. Even showed me the marriage certificate. Really? Ethan was like a wall behind me. I turned to give a warning look. I had a bad feeling. Suspecting he might do something shocking. Aunt. He lied to you. I have already broken up with him. The marriage certificate is fake. In the future, our two families can still interact. But I can't marry him. Yvonne gripped my arm tightly. How can that be? You are our daughter-in-law. You can't run away. Realizing what she said. You have so many years of affection. How can you just let it go? Yvonne. I respect you as aunt because you are an elder. Go check Jack's behavior yourself before talking to me. I rarely showed a cold face to her. I pushed her away with added force. David. See the guests out. Lily. Our Lee family has treated you well. How can you treat our family like this? Treated me well. Mr. Jiang's dignity wouldn't allow me to trample it. I didn't want to tear off the fig leaf immediately. but now it seemed unnecessary to hide. Today, I would stomp on that face of his. Jack's education expenses from childhood were all with me. You didn't pay a cent. Whatever I had, Jack had. I went abroad. Jack went abroad. The Lee family. Not to say all, but at least 50% of projects were transferred from the Green family or obtained under the Green family's name. How much profit have you taken over the years? How many kickbacks? I have plenty of evidence. How dare you say treated me well? For the first time, I pointed this out in front of grandfather, laying it bare. I wanted him to see that the Lee family was rotten to the core. Grandfather was unusually silent. Previously, he demanded we treat the Jeong couple like parents. Now he finally shut up. David, get a blood pressure pill. I was afraid grandfather couldn't take it. Ethan was very conscious, serving grandfather to take it. I continued to drop the bomb. Jason was also instigated by you. Right. Continuous questioning left the Lee couple speechless. Slander. Pure slander. Mr. Jeong. Whether from anger or shame. Flushed red. Sir, your family looks down on us so much, disregarding my father's loyalty to you. The conversation started again with old grudges. Grandfather's eyes flashed with emotion. Do you still think what the Green family gave isn't enough? I blocked him. We remember the kindness. But it's not an excuse for you to do whatever you want. If you remain so insatiably greedy, I'll withdraw all investments from the Green family. David, show them out. Lily, you're reckless and will face retribution. Having someone like you in the Green family is a disgrace. Lee family's mother was already outside the door, still chattering on. Lily. That was awesome. As the others left, Ethan hugged me from behind. The scent of cedarwood enveloped me, bringing a sense of reassurance. Lily, you've wanted to do this for a long time, haven't you? Grandfather said gravely, but I heard the heavy exhaustion in his voice. Trembling, I turned firmly. Grandfather, the Lee family is just leeching off you. Guilt flickered across his aged face. They have it tough too. Grandfather, if they stopped earlier, I would have let them go. But their ambition is too great. I was certain he knew what I meant after decades as an old fox. He must have his own informants. Grandfather, you rest first. I'll come back to see you tomorrow. Lily, go ahead and do it. I support you. The oppressive atmosphere weighed on me, making it unbearable. I didn't turn back. Grandfather, I'll take her home now. Go ahead. Take good care of her. I hurried out. And after saying goodbye, Ethan caught up. You forgot your bag. You scatterbrain. Lily, if you want to cry, just cry. I'll lend you my shoulder for a bit. Inside the dark car, Ethan turned off the lights, leaving only moonlight. When I was little, I was competitive because my mother was a strong, career-driven woman. If I didn't get first place, I'd secretly cry. Ethan was like a shadow. No matter where I hid, he'd fish me out. Lily, stop crying. Lily, if you cry again, you're a puppy. Lily, next time I'll let you win. Okay. But now he was encouraging me to cry. Ethan, are you a mind reader? I asked hoarsely. I'm comforting you. And you call me, he softened. Maybe out of pity. A mind reader. Fine. I'm the one in your belly. My heart softened. It had been so long since I felt this relaxed. Counting them all, there were blood relatives, but not a single true family member. Grandfather demanded perfection, insisting I take control of the company like my mother did. My aunt and uncle lived off the dividends, clinging to the company for resources. Jason only cared about getting money. Ethan, can I trust you? Who else would you trust? He carefully wiped the corner of my eye with a tissue. Little kitten. Under the moonlight, his eyes sparkled. Peach blossom eyes filled with tenderness. Peach blossom eyes really do look affectionate even at a dog. Whatever. At least I saw it. Ethan. I want to kiss you. It wasn't a question. Just a statement. Then kisso. I pulled back. Having bumped his teeth. Why pull away? Come on. Lily. I'll teach you. He pulled me close. His breath hot against my ear. Making me shiver. I backed away. Hitting the steering wheel. He yanked me back. Lily. Do you like me? Under the bright moonlight. His eyes were only on me. A seducer. I was bewitched and nodded. He chuckled softly and kissed my lips. Perhaps from the cold breeze. My head ached a bit the next morning. Good morning. Lily. Ethan said with a grin. Morning. Morning. I felt a bit flustered. But I had done nothing wrong. And I hadn't been drinking. So I knew I hadn't done anything. Wait. Why are you in my bed? Because you wouldn't let go. Crying and begging me not to leave. Ethan said confidently. Impossible. I instinctively retorted. As if he expected it. Ethan. Don't go. Ethan confidently played a recording and raised an eyebrow at me. Oh my God. Even without being drunk. Crying can make you say nonsense. I hurriedly got out of bed. Ethan pulled me back and pinned me down. Lily. Are you abandoning me after having your way? Somehow. Ethan's voice had evolved from a boyish tone to something magnetic and clear. Even more alluring. No way. I argued. Then why are you running? I resigned myself. Covering my face. Can't I be shy? Sure. Why not? He laughed. Pulling my hands away. I closed my eyes. Not looking at him. Suddenly. I felt a soft touch on my lips. Morning. Honey. I covered my face. My heart pounding. Ms. Green. Jack of the Lee family wants to see you. Let him in. I've been waiting. Lucy. Probably worried. Brought security up with her. Glaring at Jack. When he saw me. Hatred filled his weakened demeanor. Lily. What do you mean? He threw a file folder at me. And I dodged it. Security immediately pinned him to the ground. And I walked up to him. Jack. You're snarling like a wild dog. Lily. How dare you trick me with a fake project proposal? He had dark circles under his eyes. Glaring fiercely. Did I give it to you? Wasn't it your good brother Jason who handed it to you? I smiled. Turning to sit back on the sofa. Eager to see him lose it. He seemed to realize. You knew all along. You knew all along. 6 months ago. I finally took control of the company after dealing with the old guard. Upon inspection. It was full of parasites. Full of holes. The biggest parasite was my incompetent cousin. No ability to manage. Yet ambitious beyond his means. Jack bent over and coaxed a few words before handing over the project. I realized I couldn't let the Lee family grow too powerful. Greed knows no bounds. And in the end, it would only lead to the farmer and the snake scenario. My aunt went crying and making a scene. And the old man was confused too. But they still kept Jason. I did him a favor by letting him join the project incubation. Unexpectedly. He was still useless after a couple of drinks. He gave everything away. What if you know? What if you don't? I took a sip of coffee. You're indeed clever. Knowing exactly where to start nibbling away at the Green family. Even tricking your way into shares. I walked over and gripped his jaw. Jack. It's just that cleverness can backfire. You were too impatient. If he hadn't rushed, I would have had to spend more time. Impatient. Impossible. It was flawless, he muttered. Lucy. Bring her in. I said without looking up. Gazing down at him imperiously. Knock. Knock. I smiled at her. Still so polite. Yvonne. Yvonne. You betrayed me. Mr. Jack. It's all your own wishful thinking. I said. Looking at her with approval. You were too impatient. Wanting wealth and luxury. Yet also gentle affection. Yvonne was indeed funded by the foundation. Such an outstanding student naturally caught my eye. So I started corresponding with her since high school, before we could even meet in person. Jack had picked her out. Jack grew up under the shadow of the Green family and could only obey me completely. He wanted to cultivate his own flower but wasn't willing to start from scratch. Trying to steal my achievements instead. He harassed me endlessly, causing days of distress. So I approached Yvonne, explained who I was, and asked her to act in a play with me. The reward was a vice president position at a subsidiary. Someone who saw the bigger picture and was trained by May felt somewhat assured about her work. Things went as he wished, developing smoothly. It wasn't at all as he claimed, that he personally brought Yvonne into the Green family. I allowed it. Just quietly. Lily, you heartless, selfish woman. Calling me selfish. Calling me cunning and deceitful. Calling me domineering and arrogant. Calling me cold and unfeeling, it's all because I didn't hand over the benefits he wanted on a silver platter. Because he didn't get his way. I raised my hand to signal taking him away. Lucy, contact David and prepare to call the police. The Lee family's investment failed, leading to complete decline. What I want back are the lost shares and assets to be recovered. Also, that delusional thing should be sent away too, for embezzling public assets. Lately, Ethan has been acting strange. He keeps clinging to me non-stop, since realizing his feelings. We haven't slept in separate rooms. Adult relationships develop naturally. But recently, it's been a bit excessive. Ethan, why don't you take a break for a couple of days? I'm a bit worn out, I said, exhausted, curling up under the covers. Lily, you didn't reply to my message this afternoon. Did something happen? I want to meet you tomorrow at 3 to discuss the case details. My phone buzzed. I instinctively opened it, glanced at it, and was about to reply when Ethan pulled me back. Had enough rest? Have you got the energy to reply to messages? He said, then fell silent and started nibbling gently on my shoulder. I pushed him away in annoyance. Ethan, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting so weird? Ethan paused, suddenly released me, and pinned me down. For a while, there was no response. I only felt wetness by my ear. No. Ethan, why are you crying? My heart softened. I wanted to turn him over to look, but he was stubborn, and I couldn't persuade him. Don't go see him. I slowly typed a question mark. Who? I reacted after half a second. He is the lawyer I hired. He bit me again. Not hard. It tickled. He still likes you. I saw it. My mind froze. Last time at the club, the way he looked at you wasn't right. And also, at the coffee shop downstairs from your place. You and he were laughing really happily. A choked sob came. Lily, do you think I'm stupid? Do you think I, Ethan, am just a standby you can summon and dismiss at will? Use and discard. You burn bridges after crossing them. Kill the donkey after grinding the mill. Love the new and loathe the old. He seemed to remember something. You love the old and loathe the new. It sounded adorably clingy, and I burst out laughing. So he was jealous. In total, I've only met Chen Shu twice, and he happened to see both times. Ethan, I tried to turn his head. Hard as steel. Turn around. Let's talk properly. He was still stubborn with me. I had no choice. Turned and kissed him a few times. Then he looked at me with red eyes. Ethan, I only love you now. I love you the most. He was stunned. Seemed to be thinking, but couldn't process it. I pressed my advantage. Chen Shu is just the lawyer I hired. Back then, he went abroad to study. Our aspirations were different. Our locations were different. And we broke up peacefully. Talking about that time, I suddenly felt a lump in my throat. Chen Shu was a very gentle person, always tolerant of me. But I could never open my heart. No matter how gentle a lover is, if they get no response, they'll grow tired. Thinking of this, I pecked Ethan again. Love like his That came like a home invasion. Is incredibly addictive. Now he's back after completing his studies. And he's an expert in this field. So why not use him? He couldn't stand it. Bit my lip again. I smiled awkwardly. Back then, I was indeed very high profile. Announced it to the world publicly. Ethan. Of course. Didn't escape it either. That day, the scarf he wore was given by you. He was being stubborn with me again. I helplessly said. Wasn't that after consulting you? At the time, I didn't know what gift to give. So I could only ask around among people I was close to. All right. Ethan. I only love you. He's just my past. You can't expect me to have no past. Can you? Then your future is mine. He glared at me with red eyes. The bedside lamp casting a hazy glow. My vision a bit blurry. But his eyes were bright and clear. Okay. I kissed him firmly. The next day. I didn't meet Chen Shu. I had Lucy handle it. Chen Shu, however, unusually and inappropriately asked me, why? I thought for a moment. Because I don't want my husband to be sad. He knew I was married. Always knew. I never hid it from anyone. But there are always people afraid the world doesn't know. Early in the morning, Ethan took a photo of the marriage certificate and announced it publicly on major social media platforms. Specifically adding Chen Shu's contact. The entire Brown family and Green family were in an uproar. I indulged him, dropped into the main group chat and sent a big red envelope, receiving a flood of long live President Green and Mr. Brown. I think I will. Because I discovered that Ethan seems to have loved me for a long time. Also, he has been my family for a long time.